Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help. And King of Floors, your vinyl, laminate, and engineered flooring superstore.
Just ahead of Michael DiPietro, it is Thursday, and all of our Thursday guests brought to you by White Spot. Enjoy the great taste of White Spot's famous burgers, Spot's classics, and delicious breakfast, open for takeout and delivery. There's so much to talk about when it comes to Michael DiPietro. Utica Comets goaltender last night. Comets final home game for them, by the way.
Last one.
As an organization affiliated with the Canucks. They win 3-1 late, goal by the Rochester Americans. It was Rochester, so Michael DiPietro comes that close to a shutout. So much here, as I say, all that time off between games, going over to Latvia. Let's bring in Michael now. Michael, thanks for doing this. How are you, sir?
Hey, thanks for having me. I'm doing well, thank you.
No problem. Okay, you won't remember this, but last time we had you on, about a year ago, we asked you what to go with in terms of your first name. You said Mikey, but I haven't heard that since then. What are we going with these days?
No, Mikey works. It's
Okay.
just it's up to people's discretion, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
All
Some
right.
people say it's unprofessional, but I really don't care.
Okay. How does it feel to be back playing hockey, Mikey, after all that time off?
It feels great. The biggest thing for me, it feels great to be a part of a team again. With that being said, obviously you feel part of Vancouver when you're on the taxi squad and everything like that, but it's a completely different feeling when you're out there battling with the guys and, all working towards the same goal, winning the game, other than, watching it and stuff. So it feels great. It feels, I'm really happy to be able to kind of apply, the concepts and stuff that I was working on with Clarkie and with Sandman here in Utica and finally getting to put it all together in games. And I feel really good. I really like my game. And, given everything that's happened over these 400-plus days and then being able to put together 4 games like the way I did, I think I was really happy with my performance and, just kind of building in the right direction.
You mentioned the time off. You went over 400 days between games, and you touched on this. What was that like, Michael?
Yeah, I think it's hard. Anytime you can go that long in between starts, it takes not only a physical toll because you're out of the game so long, but I think the biggest toll it took on me was mentally. I think over these 400-plus days, I think I went through every possible emotion you possibly can go through. But with the help of my mental skills coach and my family leaning on for support, I was able to get through it and to kind of really wrap my brain around just trying to get the most of every day and kind of growing my game and really accepting, controlling what I can only control and everything else out of my control I really can't. So I can only control how hard I work, the work I put in at the rink, away from the rink, and that'll make me a better hockey player and a better person. So,
Michael, you mentioned Curtis Sanford, who works with the goaltenders in Utica, but you also mentioned Ian Clark, with Vancouver, who is universally lauded as one of the great goaltending consultants out there. What does he do that makes him so successful?
I think, I got asked this question before, and I think the easiest way to kind of explain it is, our goalie coaches, they don't force anything on you. They give you, a theory or they give you a concept and they give you the reason why. And I think, with Clarkie and with Sandman, with some goalie coaches, you don't get the why. You just kind of get told what to do. But with them, they explain it. They explain how it can help your game, and then you kind of work on it with them. And the easiest thing that I can kind of explain would be like the way you track a puck behind the net. A lot of teams now, they love throwing pucks, centering them out, using a lot of post plays, which cause us goalies to go in reverse VH into what we call a reverse track. And, with Thatcher Demko being 6'5", Thatcher's, tracks the puck, with spreading both legs to the post and be able to look over his shoulder just because of his sheer size. But for me, as a smaller goaltender, Clark and I have been working on just being able to, track the puck from a single side look, similar to what Jonathan Quick does, and watching video on that. So I think with Clarkie, like he really, he acknowledges that no two goalies play the same way, and there's not one way to play goaltending, but there's ways that you could integrate certain things every goalie can use into their game and kind of make it their own. So I absolutely love working with Clarkie. He's helped me into the goalie I am today, and same with Sandman. I would not be half the goalie I am today without their help and their guidance since draft day.
Hey, Mike, Team Canada, World Hockey Championships, you have committed. Now tell us how that came about and your decision to go overseas.
Yeah, I got a call from Clarkie late last week or early this week, basically explaining that, there's a possibility of me going over and if I'd be interested. If so, Roberto Luongo would be calling me and letting me know and kind of giving me more information. Obviously, I was completely caught off guard, but super excited at the same time and honored. I think any time, you have a chance to represent your country is an honor, and I don't think you should turn it down, in my opinion, because you never know when the next time will be. And, for me, being able to represent my country is a great honor for me and my family, and being able to travel over and put the Maple Leaf on again is something that gives me great pride, and I feel very blessed.
Hey, Mike, how close do you think you are right now to the National Hockey League and becoming an NHL goalie?
I'm confident in my abilities. I'm confident in myself. After the season I've had, last year, I feel really comfortable in my game. These past 4 games here, I think, looking at my game and just seeing the noticeable differences that I've made and the changes and seeing how it's helped me. I feel like I'm quicker. I feel like I manage my body a lot better. I feel like all the tools for me to, be successful at making the next jump are there. And, at that point, I can only control what I can control, and it's just my work and my effort I put in. Hopefully my work being with the taxi squad and around the guys, shows coaching staff, the way I approach each and every day, trying to get better. And, for me, it's just, you asked, do I think I'm ready for the NHL? I thought I was ready for the NHL as soon as I got drafted, but, clearly that was wrong. So, for me, it's just taking each day for what it is, not getting too far ahead of myself. But I do have full intention to make it extremely hard on them if they decide to send me down next year. I really want to have a really good camp and put a good foot forward. And I want to make the jump. I think every kid's dream is playing the National Hockey League and play there for a very long time. So, that's my goal like everybody else's. So I just got to earn it.
Michael, everybody here in Vancouver is well aware what happened in your NHL debut against San Jose. It was a tough, tough night. Are you better for that?
100%. I don't think, when you draw up ideal first NHL games, first NHL experiences, I think that one's at the very, very bottom of the list. But to be honest with you, I think I learned the most from it. Being only 19 years old, it was something where I could really get a good measuring stick of kind of what pro hockey is, how different it was from junior. And, for myself, letting in 7 goals for your first game probably isn't a good start to your career, but it's definitely something, on a personal level you can build off of. And so for myself, I know I'm a completely different goalie than I was, back when I made my first start. And I think everybody with, a set of eyes can see that. So I think just my comfort level out there and just the feeling like the sense of that I belong and something I've grown, like my maturity, my comfort level, my confidence, everything being said. So yeah, people will stumble along these blocks, and there's not one straight line to the NHL. There's going to be, hills they get to climb and peaks, and then there's going to be valleys that you're going to fall down. So I think it's just how you manage those.
Well said. One more, Michael, if you don't mind. Last night was Utica's final home game of the season. Final home game as a Vancouver affiliate. Is there much talk amongst the Vancouver-owned players about the move to Abbotsford?
Yeah, there's some talk, with us going there. I think we're going to keep it between us, kind of our personal opinion on it. But for myself, I love it here in Utica. This is a city that loves its hockey. They care about the people here. And, to have a fan base who truly cares about you and, who sells out every game. Obviously, COVID put a damper on it, but who has consecutive sellouts, over 121 consecutive sellouts. Supporting a team, it's hard to find that anywhere. And, for a community to back us and everything like that, I'm really close to the DeSaro family who's in Utica, and I got to know Alicia, Anthony, and their kids and everything, and, their family to me. So, on a personal level, it'd be definitely hard to leave. But it's part of the job, unfortunately. So for me on that level, it's, there's been some talk, and we're just going to keep it between us. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever opportunity comes my way in the future.
Hey, Mike, quick, just before we let you go, I got to read you this. Texts are coming in pretty quick. You can really sense the maturity with this stud. This kid is an incredible interview. You come across really well, and the people in Vancouver are noticing it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it a lot. That means a lot, and for me, I just try to be the best version of myself every day and be a good human being first, because I think some people are so quick to judge a person just because of how they perform on a sheet of ice for 1 hour a night, and that's kind of the way they peg the person. So for me, I always view myself as Michael DiPietro as the person first, and then the hockey player second. So that definitely means a lot.
I'm going with Michael. Thanks so much, Michael. Appreciate it.